Hi everybody, thanks ever so much for joining me today for this video. I'm going to be showing you today how to draw an accurate ellipse. If you paint still life paintings such as these, at some point it's likely that you're going to have to paint an ellipse. And if it's not drawn accurately, it can stand out to the viewer straight away, and it makes your paintings appear a little bit more amateurish. So it's important that you learn a method for creating an accurate curve on that ellipse. I'm going to be using the overhead camera so that you can see exactly what I'm doing, and I'll talk through the process very slowly. You can play it back again and then have a go yourselves. I hope you found it useful, and let's get on with it. Okay. If we had an ellipse that was fairly small, I'm talking sort of less than a couple of inches across, then really you have to do it by freehand. And all you need to know is you need to know what the width of your ellipse is and what the height of your ellipse is. So I'm marking that with a rectangle, okay, and approximately where the centre is. Now remember, this is just if you are doing a small ellipse, say a bottle top or something like that. Okay, and that will give you 4 points. Okay, and what you need to do is each of these points are going to be used at the top part of your curve and the most outer parts of the curve, and everything that you draw has to be symmetrical. So I'm going to start at one of those points there, and I'm start very gradual curve. Okay, well the gradient will then increase as I get closer to the outer edges of the ellipse, like this. And as I get closer, as I say, the gradient increases. That's got to be symmetrical, so I've got to make sure that this side's the same. Okay, and the top is the same as the bottom. And there we go, very, very rough freehand ellipse. Now, actually, I can see straight away just by looking at this that it's not accurate. This bottom curve isn't the same as the top one. But sometimes you might be convinced that you've actually got it right, and that's great. But there's a really useful way of checking. You can use a mirror. Hold it up in a mirror and you'll see straight away if there are any inaccuracies in it. I use one of these. It's a black mirror. I use it a lot when I'm painting. It's great because the thing with the black mirror is it kind of reduces things down to its simplest values. And it's a really useful device for checking out whether your painting's accurate or not. Okay, so that's if you've got a small ellipse. Obviously if you have something a little bit larger, then we've got a method that we can use. Now I'm going to use a ruler this time, and apologies for the scruffy ruler, and I'm going to draw my horizontal and vertical axes with a ruler. So I'm going to make it, just for the sake of ease, 6 inches long, and I need to know what the centre point is. So I'll mark that there, and then that's my horizontal axis, and then my vertical axis I'm going to make that, let's say, put that on there, make it 1 inch, and again mark it. Okay, so I've got a horizontal axis and a vertical axis, and now I need to mark on. I get my spare piece of paper, scrap piece of paper, and I'm just going to mark, put it on the horizontal axis and mark the centre, and I'm going to call that A. And then I'm going to go all the way to the outermost edge of the horizontal axis, and I'm going to call that C. Aha, you all thought I was going to say B. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to put C on the top of the vertical axis. I'm going to mark the centre where you got it, B. Okay, so I'll go over that again. You put your paper on the horizontal axis and make a mark where the centre is, A, and make a mark where the outside is, C. And then you put the C at the top of your vertical axis and make a mark, B. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, if I place this A anywhere on this vertical axis and I place B on the horizontal axis there, so A on the vertical, B on the horizontal, and make a mark where C is. Let's do it again. A, B, C. Oh, now I've got a problem, haven't I? I can't draw A and B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my vertical axis. Okay, so I'm just doing that very faintly, I'm just extending it. And now I can carry on. A, B, C. A, B, C. You get the idea? A, B, C. Just knocking the microphone off the shelf. A, B, C. Okay, and can you see how the curve's being formed? And I can continue round onto the other side. Again, A on the vertical, B on the horizontal, and C. A, B, C. Obviously, the more points that you put in, the more accurate your ellipse is going to be. I'm doing this fairly quickly to demonstrate the point. Okay, and of course when I do that it should come to the end of the line. It does. And then you can carry on the other way. There you go. Don't forget that you may need to extend the lines, but as long as you know where those 4 points are, the outermost edge of your vertical and your horizontal, then this method will work. Okay. And again we can carry on round onto the other side. Okay, and we end up with something like that, which you can then spend a bit of time and take your time and draw in your ellipse. Now, obviously when you're doing a painting, I always draw out my paintings first, still life paintings anyway. I draw them out with a pencil and get them as accurate as you can. Trying to do this once you've got paint on the canvas, and it's going to make it really messy. So get your drawing done accurately, and take your time doing the ellipses. Anything that's above a couple of inches you can use this method with. It's really handy, and you will have an accurate ellipse, and then you can go on and draw your cup or whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you can put it into practice in your own paintings. So thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.